Hi, I'm Nidhi Padhya, and I'm a third generation Ayurvedic practitioner based in New York. Now, according to modern nutrition science, right, there is a lot of emphasis given on including a lot of essential nutrients as well as a lot of superfoods in your diet. Now, this has become to the point that people have started dumping their system with all of these variety of foods, which actually may or may not be compatible with each other. And that brings me to my topic for today, which is Virudh Ahaar, or incompatible food combinations. Now, according to Ayurveda, right, when you look at foods, you don't just look at food for the nutritional content. You look at the food for its rasa, its taste, which is primarily going to give you its properties, as well as its action. So it's rasa, virya, guna, and karma. Rasa means taste, which gives you a hint into how it will act in your body. Virya is potency, also in its properties, which is guna, and then karma is what action will it have in my body. But this assessment is incomplete without understanding a full compatibility study regards to that food. When I say compatibility, right, and I say a certain food is incompatible, either in a certain combination or with your body, what it means, it has the power to go in your system and hurt your agni or your digestive fire. Now, your digestive fire or your agni really is the manufacturing facility for health in your body. At a physical level, whatever you consume has to be broken down and a good output, right? Nutrition and waste comes out because your agni is able to do a good job on that food. Now, when you have certain foods, right, that are actually going to go and really destroy the nature of your agni. And when that happens, it's going to be leaving your system with toxins which are going to sit, accumulate, and block your channels. At some other times, it's just going to really aggravate your agni and just burn your nutrition out. So at one level or the other, when you have incompatible foods, it hurts your agni. And if agni is really what life is, what your manufacturing facility for health is in your body, your health really lies in the foods and the combinations you eat your foods in. So let's look at compatibility in a very simple way, right? So when I talk about Virudh Ahaar or incompatibility, foods could be incompatible at a variety of levels. There are certain foods that are just incompatible with each other, and I'm going to give you some combinations which are eaten very often, which are incompatible. Bananas and milk. A very poor combination because it can be very heavy, block your system. Yes, it will put on, it will give you bulk. It will allow you to have overnourishment, but that's because your agni cannot digest it, so it just loads it and dumps it as calories on your system. Sour fruits and milk, very different in potency. Fish and milk, meat and milk. Ideally, you want to have milk just by itself. Milk has a lot of nutrition in it, and it should be eaten or drank alone by itself. Do not combine it with any meal to be safe. Another combination that's used very commonly is honey in hot substances. When you combine honey with hot water or combine honey with heat, it produces a compound which is kind of undigestible to your human body. Ayurveda said this many years ago. The Western science has recently discovered that on heating honey, it produces a compound that your body has no idea what to do with, and it just sits in your body as a toxin. Now, there are some other poor food combinations, like mixing yogurt with a lot of food things. So if you're having yogurt, right, and you're putting it in a curry, that is actually traditionally a bad food combination. Yogurt is to be had either with ghee, honey, amla powder. Those are the three combinations, or sugar that you can have honey in. Again, certain foods don't combine well in equal quantities. For example, honey and ghee should never be taken in equal quantities. So if you're taking a medication which has both, make sure that the quantities are unequal. Now, besides this, right, there is also incompatibility with your own body, which means that if you know that your body has a tendency towards a certain dosha, you don't want to eat foods that will aggravate that dosha. That's called dosha virudh. There is also incompatibility with the season outside, kala virudh. If it's the winter and you're eating cold foods, it's going to do the exact same thing, right? Because it's cold outside and you're aggravating that. By that same token, what time of the day do you eat your foods in, right? Morning should always be your heavier meal for lunch. Dinner should be your lighter meals. Certain foods like curds should never be eaten for dinner because they really create a sliminess, mush in your system at a time when your Agni is low. When it's evening, your Agni is functioning low, just as the sun in the universe is functioning low. So even if you were to remember just these basic combinations and say, I'm going to keep my meals simple. When I say simple, you want to have the 6 tastes in your meal, eat it in a traditional way, the way local foods were originally eaten. And just by doing this, you can really look after your health, create a healthy body, a healthy Agni, and a healthy system for yourself. So I hope that was helpful, and that next time you eat your meals, you're going to assess it for its Virudh Ahaar. Thank you.